Imagine a being whose very name means love, a being who, countless eons ago, made a solemn vow not just to attain enlightenment, but to postpone his own ultimate bliss to guide every single sentient being towards liberation. What if, in the distant future, when the teachings of our current Buddha have faded, this compassionate savior is destined to appear, ushering in a new golden age of spiritual awakening? Today, we journey into one of the most profound and hopeful prophecies in Buddhist cosmology, the tale of Maitreya. The future Buddha, the embodiment of universal love. We'll explore his origins, his compassionate vows, his unique path of cultivating boundless loving kindness, and the astonishing predictions about his future arrival. This isn't just an ancient myth, it's a timeless narrative that inspires radical compassion, unwavering perseverance, and a deep understanding of the cyclical nature of spiritual history. Prepare to discover the heartwarming promise of a future enlightened era, and how you, through your own practice, can be assured of making a direct connection with this Buddha of loving kindness. Chapter 1. Maitreya's origin, the Bodhisattva of great love. Countless eons ago, in an immeasurably distant past, our story of Maitreya, the future Buddha, begins, in the presence of many other Buddhas of that age, and amidst a vast assembly of enlightened beings. A profound event unfolded. After making extensive offerings, a being named Maitreya, in a previous incarnation as a bodhisattva, took his sacred bodhisattva vows from a Tathagata, an epithet for a Buddha, meaning, one who has thus come, or, one who has thus gone. A Buddha of immense power and boundless wisdom. From that momentous instant onward, he committed himself to a path of supreme dedication, guiding countless sentient beings towards full enlightenment, selflessly leading them along the path of the three higher trainings: discipline, sila; concentration, samadhi; and wisdom, prajna. He achieved this by means of the three vehicles: Shravakayana, the vehicle for those seeking personal liberation; Pratyekabuddhayana, the vehicle for solitary Buddhas; and Mahāyāna, the great vehicle for those seeking to become Buddhas for the sake of others. As he diligently walked the path of a bodhisattva, cultivating the perfections, paramitas, over innumerable lifetimes, Maitreya's unique and primary focus was meditating on great love, metta. He didn't just intellectually teach this path, he also practiced it continuously himself, embodying boundless loving kindness in every thought, word, and deed. Maitreya often positioned himself at the gates of a great city, a bustling center of human activity, and contemplated loving kindness, radiating it outward to all who passed. The profound power of his meditation was so immense, so palpable, that if people passing by were close enough to merely touch his feet, they too would instantly receive the realization of great love within their own hearts. His very presence was a transmission of boundless metta. The Tathagatas of the 10 directions, the Buddhas residing in all corners of the cosmos, were greatly pleased by this extraordinary dedication to love and rejoiced in his actions. They recognized his profound commitment to universal compassion. Consequently, they prophesied that in all his future lives as a bodhisattva and a Buddha, he would be universally known by the name, love, or loving one, which is what Maitreya means in Sanskrit. This is how Maitreya received his auspicious name, embodying the very essence of his enlightened being. Buddhist insight. This chapter introduces Maitreya as a bodhisattva whose path is defined by metta, loving kindness. His vows and practice highlight the core of the bodhisattva path, cultivating virtues, paramitas, over eons for the benefit of all beings. The three higher trainings, sila, samadhi, prajna, are the foundational practices. The three vehicles describe different paths to liberation. Maitreya's unique method of transmitting love through his presence, upaya, skillful means, and the Buddha's prophecy emphasized the power of karuna, compassion, and metta as central to his awakening and future role. Chapter 2. The Fifth Universal Buddha, a prophecy of cosmic cycles. In one of Maitreya's countless previous lives as a bodhisattva, he took rebirth as one of the 1,000 sons of a great king. This king, curious about their spiritual futures and the order in which his sons would achieve enlightenment, placed all of their names into a ceremonial bowl. The king then entered a deep meditation for 7 days, performing many ritual offerings, seeking divine guidance. He meticulously drew the names out of the bowl one by one, revealing their destined order of Buddhahood. Maitreya's name came about 5th in this sacred drawing. The Buddha of that age, the Tathagata limitless knowledge, then predicted that Maitreya would indeed be the 5th Buddha of the present world era. Our current Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, Gautama Buddha, being the 4th Buddha of this era. This lineage confirms Maitreya's destiny and his place in the grand cosmic cycle of enlightened beings. With immense dedication and unwavering effort, Maitreya advanced through all the various levels of spiritual development, diligently accumulating wisdom and merit. He eventually reached the 10th and highest level of a bodhisattva, known as the cloud of Dharma, a state of profound wisdom and boundless compassion. And then, countless eons ago, having attained the level of utmost perfection, he finally became a fully enlightened Buddha. Having attained this level of utmost perfection, he manifested in many different aspects in countless Buddha fields, pure lands or realms where Buddhas reside and teach. At present, he resides in his pure land, Tushita heaven, a celestial realm, where he continuously teaches the Mahāyāna path to countless advanced bodhisattvas, preparing them for their own future roles as Buddhas. Maitreya is also traditionally credited with teaching his 5 famous texts to the great Indian master Arya Asanga in this very pure land. He also provides various teachings to his different disciples as per their individual requirements and capacities. He manifests himself as numerous spiritual masters in all directions of space, pervading different realms, tirelessly leading infinite beings towards full awakening. Eventually, Maitreya will fulfill his sacred promise and appear as the 5th universal Buddha of this world age. He will descend to the human realm to turn the wheel of Dharma for the benefit of all sentient beings, ushering in a new era of spiritual flourishing. Buddhist insight. This chapter establishes Maitreya's specific role in the current world cycle as the 5th Buddha. Following Shakyamuni Buddha, it introduces Tushita heaven as his current pure land, highlighting the concept of celestial realms within Buddhist cosmology. His teaching of the Mahāyāna path to advanced bodhisattvas underscores the compassionate and universal nature of Mahāyāna Buddhism, where liberation is sought for all beings. The idea of Maitreya manifesting as various spiritual masters highlights his continuous activity for the benefit of beings even before his final descent. This section builds anticipation for his future arrival and explains the grand, cyclical nature of time and Buddhahood. Chapter 3. The prophecy unfolds, Maitreya's future appearance on earth. This future appearance of Maitreya will come to pass in a specific manner. According to ancient prophecies, in the future, due to the growth of delusion, moha, and avidya, ignorance, the beings in this world will gradually degenerate. Their ethical conduct will decline, their spiritual understanding will diminish, and their lifespan will significantly decrease, leading to much pervasive suffering. However, when human life expectancy has decreased to only 10 years, a time of profound spiritual and moral decline, Maitreya, in his boundless compassion, will appear in the form of a great spiritual leader and will demonstrate the path of virtue. He will particularly emphasize the teachings of loving kindness, metta, reminding beings of their inherent goodness and interconnectedness. This will gradually lead to a profound improvement in the fortunes of humans in this world. As a result, they will start giving up their deluded attitudes and harmful behavior, and their lifespan will miraculously begin to increase, signifying a spiritual and physical regeneration. After many eons, the lifespan of humans will grow enormously, reaching up to 80.000 years, a golden age of flourishing. Then their lifespan will slowly decrease again until it reaches about 100 years. At this time, when conditions are ripe for the Dhamma to be fully received and understood, according to prophecy, Buddha Maitreya will fulfill his promise and appear as a universal teacher or founding Buddha like Shakyamuni, guiding beings to ultimate liberation. The forthcoming Buddha Maitreya will be born in a forest garden. Similar to Shakyamuni Buddha, he will appear from the side of a queen, a youthful-looking one who will be the wife of a king known as Great Compassionate Brahman, signifying his pure and compassionate origins. Upon his arrival, the great celestial king Indra will receive the newborn Buddha with immense devotion, indicating cosmic recognition of his significance. The infant Maitreya is said to take 7 steps in every direction, mirroring Shakyamuni Buddha's first steps. after which lotuses will bloom at each spot where his tiny feet touch the ground. Symbolizing purity and awakening, he will then, like Shakyamuni, proclaim that he is the ultimate savior of the world and has come to free all living beings from suffering. He will declare, "This will be my last rebirth, there will be no further reincarnations for me," signifying his ultimate liberation. Upon hearing this, all the exalted beings and spirits of the world will feel delighted and will carry out numerous purification rituals and present him with splendid offerings, honoring his sacred arrival. After the birth of the child, his father will be filled with pride and take him around the city, introducing him to his future kingdom. The citizens will also be overjoyed at the arrival of this new treasure, their future spiritual guide. The child will be greeted by beautiful goddesses offering flowers, and the great sages will predict that he would attain full enlightenment and become a Buddha in his lifetime. Afterwards, he is expected to lead a life as a royal prince, being born into a noble family. Maitreya is predicted to be the foremost student among 4,000 others when it comes to his education, highlighting his immense intellectual and spiritual capacity. He will have multiple wives when the time comes for him to marry, and they will all live together for 10,000 years, a long period of worldly life. Later, a significant religious festival for Brahmins will take place in his kingdom, a moment of profound spiritual gathering. During this time, Maitreya will demonstrate his perfect understanding of the impermanent nature of phenomena, anicca, and will be inspired by the ascetic monks to renounce the endless cycle of existence, samsara. He will then announce his intention to leave his royal life and follow the religious path, which will shock everyone around him to such an extent that the whole palace and all his wives will miraculously fly up into space, symbolizing the transcendence of worldly attachments and the profound impact of his renunciation. After deciding to renounce his royal lifestyle, Maitreya will journey into the forest, embracing the ascetic path. All the celestial beings and saints will be delighted with his decision, pray for his success, and provide him with protection and support as he meditates, recognizing his sacred mission. For 7 days, Maitreya will follow the ascetic way of life, during which he will abstain from all food and drink, pushing his body to its limits. Then, arising from the concentration of a deep meditative state, he will be given a bowl of milk by his wife, named Dakini Tongan, refreshing him for his final push. Refreshed, he will assume the Vajra posture, a firm meditative pose, and make the firm determination not to rise from meditation until he has attained enlightenment. That evening, he will overcome all malevolent forces and negative influences, known as maras, symbolizing internal defilements, and in the night, he will enter into a deep state of meditative absorption. Finally, with the rising sun, Maitreya, who in reality achieved full enlightenment many eons ago, in his Bodhisattva past, will demonstrate for the benefit of his fortunate disciples the attainment of complete and perfect Buddhahood. Buddhist insight. This extensive prophecy of Maitreya's future birth and life is a rich source of Buddhist cosmology and eschatology. Degeneration and regeneration. It illustrates the cyclical nature of human moral and physical conditions, with periods of decline followed by renewal through the Dhamma. Maitreya's emphasis on metta is key to this regeneration. Parallel to Shakyamuni, his birth, first steps, and proclamation parallel those of Shakyamuni Buddha, reinforcing the continuity of the Buddha lineage. Renunciation. His decision to renounce worldly life is a pivotal moment, mirroring Shakyamuni's, and the miraculous levitation of the palace symbolizes the profound impact of this act. Asceticism and middle way. His 7-day asceticism and acceptance of milk from his wife show a compressed version of Shakyamuni's journey, leading to the middle way. Confrontation with Mara. His overcoming of Maras is essential, marking the final stage before enlightenment. Demonstration of Buddhahood. His attainment of Buddhahood is a demonstration for his future disciples, indicating his upaya, skillful means. Chapter 4. The Dhamma's universal reach and Maitreya's sacred vow. Then, like all the Buddhas of the past, present, and future, Maitreya, having awakened, will guide innumerable beings towards liberation from suffering and towards the path of spiritual enlightenment. Following his enlightenment, Maitreya will remain silent for 7 weeks, just as Shakyamuni Buddha did, observing the world and his future disciples. preparing to teach. Later, Indra, the celestial king, recognizing his immense spiritual authority, will offer him a golden wheel and the beautiful objects of the five senses, symbolically requesting him to turn the wheel of Dharma for the benefit of all. Maitreya will then teach the Four Noble Truths in response to this request, leading many millions of disciples to liberation. Throughout his extensive teaching career, Maitreya is said to have turned the wheel of great teachings 3 times, each of which attracted countless disciples, including not just humans but also celestial beings, devas, kinnaras, dakinis, and beings from other realms. Many of these fortunate beings will immediately become arhats, those who attained personal liberation, bodhisattvas, those who vow to achieve Buddhahood for others, and even fully enlightened Buddhas themselves. Maitreya will guide and fulfill the needs of all those present with his pure body, speech, and mind. He will impart Hinayana teachings to some and Mahāyāna teachings to others, based on their individual capacities and spiritual readiness. Through this compassionate approach, he will lead innumerable disciples to liberation and enlightenment through the 3 vehicles, Shravakayana, Pratyekabudayana, and Mahāyāna. Maitreya will remain for 60.000 years, providing direct spiritual guidance to his many disciples during his lifetime. Even after his passing, his teachings will endure for another 80.000 years, indirectly benefiting countless others through his great enlightened loving kindness. In the ultimate sense, Maitreya is beyond the cycle of death and rebirth, samsara. He is forever dedicated to benefiting all mother sentient beings, a term emphasizing the profound interconnectedness and shared experience of all living creatures, and the boundless compassion extended to them. Maitreya once made a profound promise, a sacred vow that resonates directly with us today. Anybody keeping just one vow of moral discipline purely during the time of Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings will become one of my personal disciples when I appear, and I shall liberate all such disciples. Maitreya is utterly faithful to keeping this promise, and it serves as his sworn oath and pledge to humanity. Therefore, if we are fortunate enough to have met the teachings of Buddha Shakyamuni, our current Buddha, and have been able to maintain even a single level of pure moral discipline, sila, we can be assured of making a direct connection with Maitreya, becoming his disciple, and quickly achieving enlightenment under his guidance. This offers immense hope and encouragement for all practitioners. Buddhist insight. This chapter describes Maitreya's future teaching ministry, paralleling Shakyamuni's, but on a grander scale. His 7 weeks of silence and Indra's request to turn the wheel highlight the sacred ritual of beginning of Buddha's teaching. His teaching of Hinayana and Mahāyāna reflects upaya, skillful means, adapting the Dhamma to different capacities. The duration of his life and teachings symbolizes the immense merit of a Buddha. The concept of mother sentient beings emphasizes karuna, compassion. Most importantly, Maitreya's specific promise to those who keep sila in Shakyamuni's era provides immense encouragement and hope, directly linking our present practice to a guaranteed future connection with a Buddha. Conclusion. Maitreya's promise, the unending bloom of love and discipline. The tale of Maitreya, the future Buddha, is far more than a mere prophecy. It is a profound, living testament to the boundless compassion of awakened beings, the cyclical nature of spiritual history, and the unwavering promise of liberation for all. It inspires us to cultivate boundless love, unwavering discipline, and an enduring hope in the face of life's challenges. Key learnings for your personal Buddha story. The promise of universal awakening. Maitreya's vow and his role as the Buddha of loving kindness offer a powerful message of hope, that enlightenment is accessible to all, and a future Buddha is dedicated to guiding everyone. Application. Cultivate hope and optimism in your spiritual journey. Understand that you are part of a larger, cosmic plan for liberation, and profound wisdom will always reappear in the world. The power of moral discipline, sila. Maitreya's promise to liberate those who maintain even one vow of moral discipline in Shakyamuni's time highlights the immense importance of ethical conduct as a foundation for spiritual progress. Application. Prioritize ethical living. Practice the 5 precepts diligently. Understand that even small acts of moral discipline create powerful positive karma that connects you to higher teachings and future awakenings. The centrality of loving kindness, metta, Maitreya's path is defined by meditation on great love. This virtue is crucial for both personal awakening and the benefit of others. Application. Actively cultivate metta in your daily life. Extend loving kindness to yourself, your loved ones, strangers, and even those who are difficult. This practice purifies the mind and generates immense merit. Effort and perseverance, virya, over eons. Becoming a Buddha involves eons of consistent effort and the perfection of virtues, paramitas. Application. Embrace your spiritual journey as a long-term commitment. Understand that consistent, diligent effort over time, even if results aren't immediately apparent, leads to profound transformation. The cyclical nature of Dhamma. The teachings of Buddhas may fade and reappear, but the fundamental truth, Dhamma, remains eternal. This offers reassurance that wisdom is always accessible. Application. Remain open to discovering Dhamma in various forms and through different teachers. Trust that the truth will always reveal itself to those who seek diligently. Maitreya's enduring promise, rooted in boundless compassion and unwavering ethical commitment, invites us to align our lives with the very essence of love and discipline. By embracing this path, we not only secure our own spiritual future but contribute to the collective awakening of all beings, ensuring the unending bloom of love and wisdom in the world. This is the essence of your authentic Buddha story. Thank you for watching, and may you always carry the profound peace and illuminating wisdom of these stories within your heart. Join our growing community by liking this video and subscribing to Buddha Story, where ancient wisdom beautifully meets modern mindfulness. What single moral vow will you commit to upholding purely today to strengthen your connection with Maitreya's promise? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments below. Until our next encounter, may your path be filled with profound peace, deep understanding, and the radiant light of your own awakening.